There's no book, and there's very little online information on what to do for 50 marathons in 50 days. I was looking for something to do for my 50th birthday. I stumbled across, after a Google search of silly runs or silly run ideas, I came across the concept of 50 marathons in 50 days. So in August I did 3 marathons back to back. Decided after 3 I felt good enough. I think the third one just gave me the confidence to know that at least if I started, I knew I could get 3 in, and that at least gave me a kickstart. I remembered run 1 feeling very excited, heading down to Seacliff, and we arrived there and there was one person waiting to run with me, which was slightly disappointing, but there was a job to be done.
Asa knew I'd grown up with domestic violence and come out the other side, I guess. He asked me what I thought about in terms of who to fundraise for.
During the course of one of the ultramarathons last year, she opened up. She had been subject to domestic violence in her childhood. She felt that someone could benefit financially from the efforts, regardless of the fact we were going to run or not. It was important that we respected her past and selected a charity that, one, was worthy and transparent enough and had the right core values that we were looking for. I decided that we would support a charity supporting fights against domestic violence, and that's how we came to partner with Catherine House.
The Catherine House provides crisis accommodation and support services for women who are experiencing homelessness across South Australia. So we are the only women's homelessness service in the state, and we have been since 1988.
One minute to 4, Tuesday the 26th of November, day 4. Good morning everybody, or good afternoon, whatever. Run 8, 41 k's down. It's been an incredibly tough morning. Runs 1, 2, 3 went very well, and I then got myself into a rhythm. And for the first week, I was operating on 4.5 hours and less sleep a night. And what that did was then accelerate the fatigue that would stay with me all the way through to the end.
It's just incredible. Just see the distances running day after day with very little recovery in between. It's just insane to see how somebody can do something like that.
I was in a state of ache constantly. I had sore knees, I had to use balustrades to help me get downstairs. Upstairs, I would have to hang on to handrails, and my body was getting used to its new normal. Morning everybody, goodness. Run 10.
I think most people couldn't do it. I think there's a very few percentage in the world that could do this, and it's absolutely phenomenal.
Well, today's run number 12. Spent the morning running around the southern and eastern parklands of Adelaide with a running group called the Foot Patrol. Hey, number 13, done.
When Asa initially talked about what he was going to do, we, I think, were really taken aback. We hadn't had anyone that had contacted us before to say that they wanted to do such an incredible fundraiser. But we also wanted to know more. We wanted to know how it was going to work and what the logistics were. And we were generally just really excited when he finally got started.
Good morning, everybody. Today is run number 14. Good morning everyone. Lovely Saturday down at Seacliff in Adelaide. Marathon number 15. I thought it was doable. What I did know was that it would take a tremendous amount of preparation, and the preparation was both physical The other aspect about the preparation was the mental aspect, and it was important for me that come the middle of November, I was mentally in the right space, that I knew I had 7 weeks of difficult days ahead.
Oh, good morning.
Lap 41, 640.
Today is run 16, and it has been phenomenal. We had Member of Parliament, Katrine Hilliard, and my local MP, Aaron Thompson, come and join us, and then I estimate we had about 40 to 50 runners come and run with us today. Hello everyone. This is run number 17. It's been, oh god, it has ended up a tough morning, a really tough morning, and this is the roller coaster of it all, right? Good morning everyone. Well, today's run number 18, about 400 or 500 meters left to go. Thankfully feeling a lot better than I was this time yesterday. So I was invited this morning by South Australian road runners, the Burnside Norwood division, and we met on Osmond Terrace and took me on a nice 13-kilometer loop. I was by far the slowest person in that group.
More than 60% of the women that come here do come as a direct result of domestic and family violence. So what's really important about the work that we do is ensuring that we're providing more than a safe place to stay and, food in their bellies, is actually looking at their lives and seeing how it is that we can step in and support them. We look at the money in terms of what does that actually mean, and it's the difference between Catherine House being able to open our doors or not. We get very limited funding through the government, and quite simply, our crisis accommodation service would not operate if it was not for people like Asa that put up their hands and say, I want to be able to do this, might be a little bit crazy, but I want to be able to do this to support women who are experiencing homelessness and vulnerabilities in their lives. But the reality is women do come here from all walks of life. We have women come here at 18, right through until we've had women stay here in their 70s or 80s.
In the second to third week, the physical pain alleviated slightly, but what then kicked in was the mental fatigue.
Good morning everyone. Today is run 19. Who never knew?
It was almost a mild state of Alzheimer's.
I'm okay. Alright? Yeah.
I broke more breakfast bowls, I've smashed more glasses, I've lost my phone, I've lost my car key more in 50 days than I have probably done in years and years of being an adult.
Good morning everybody! Well, today is run 20. Who would have thought?
I think it was run 21. It was 3 a.m. in the morning and it was 35 degrees centigrade. And on those runs, I would consume up to 8 liters of hydration, but I just could not drink enough. And then you get home and stand on the scale and you've lost 2 kilograms that day.
Morning everybody. Friday the 13th. Run 21, 40 kilometers down. Morning everybody. Today is run number 22.
Just to train for one marathon, let alone 50, it's mind-blowing.
Well, good morning. Today's marathon number 23. Well, good morning. Today is run 25. I have 250 meters to go. And we're officially halfway in the 50 and 50 attempt. Good morning everyone. Well, run 26 is literally just done.
So why no gels? I had in the back of my mind that if I was to have 4 to 5 gels a day, if I consumed that many gels, my guts would not last and I would have toilet issues or need access to more toilets than I did. And then the second thing, of course, was I did this as a privateer. And in terms of budgets, If I was buying a good quality gel, that would be $1,120 on top of what I was already spending.
So I called him every morning, bring him for a couple of minutes at a time just to check in and see how he's going. But I turned up impromptu for the first run, flew over from Melbourne for 24 hours and surprised him, and it was such an amazing experience to be there for that first run. It also made me realise how much support Asa was going to need.
Yeah. 10Ks to go, marathon number 30, so onwards and upwards. Nutrition going well, hydration to plan, so hopefully the last 10Ks is always the indicator for how well I'll start the next day.
And really saw him sort of struggling at points. You know, there was one point, I think we did the Victor Harbour Marathon, and Asa said, I don't know if I could have done this without your support, and just knowing that someone knows exactly what I'm going through.
And then, I don't know, show of hands, do we go clockwise or anti-clockwise?
As time went on, as the days went on, more and more people got involved. So, you know, my daily calls, even like yesterday, I felt like I was in the way, you know. He was, you know, he's generated a lot of support, and people that are running a lot more than they normally would have, you know, they want to be part of this, and it's generated a real community spirit, which I think has been one of those unexpected positives that have come through this challenge.
Marathon 30 and 300 kilometers for the week, so 2 firsts for me. The shoe strategy was quite interesting. A gentleman by the name of Jack Hanley, last year he ran 50 kilometers in 50 days, and he was kind enough to exchange numbers. He advised me that you don't want the same brand and same model, you actually want different brands, slightly different drop, has a slightly different heel raise. Each foot mold, although the neutral, is ever so slightly different, and all my ultra runs I've done, I lace up in the morning and I finish. So the Asics have got very good wear. The New Balances are have already given up. The Sauconys are absolutely shot, and they're actually worn away at the top. And the Hokas are just general wear and tear, but also gone on the corners. I worked out that as long as I rotated my shoes on a daily basis, my feet would hold up. But if there was ever a day that I was running and I felt some rubbing, I knew I had a pair of shoes waiting that within 5 or 6 kilometers reach. In those shoes, I also had a lot of plasters and a lot of ointments that if a blister had formed, I was able to try and treat it there and then, put brand new shoes on, and then at least carry on the run for that day.
Well, Christmas Eve, run 32, 400 meters to go.
So Christmas Day was a bit of a different run. Psychologically, I had discussed with my children that we'd meet up at 11 o'clock or whatever the time was on Christmas, and we'd do have our little mini Christmas. And I had to just treat it as another day and another run. My children are getting older. That made it a little bit easier because Santa Claus isn't as kind as he always used to be.
Well, morning everyone, and Merry Christmas. Today is run number 33. We've got less than half a K to go.
6:32.
Today's word is giving.
I'm okay. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it's windy and hot. That was the run that actually broke me. I just had a breakdown. I think it was all too much. My number one supporter, she called me every single day, and on that day I called her and I just said, I just need to chat. There was a knock-on effect because we then, on Boxing Day, Sharks had an organised handicap run and I had to be back for my nominated time. She was the voice of reason, said to me, if you miss the run, you miss the run. Who gives a shit? Today's one of those days, but anyway, 34 runs in, they're not all going to be good. And then I handed the reins over, which I very, very rarely do. And there was a chap running with me, Andy Roberts, and I just said to him, Andy, I need to be back there for this time. The club wants to take a photo at 8 o'clock. We were at one point probably about 5 kilometers behind schedule. The idea was I'd finish with the Sharks, and then I could have a coffee with everyone and be social. Andy did his job that day, so he worked out, right, the photos at 8 o'clock, we will run up until we got to the photo at sort of 7:59. We were told the photo will be another 3 or 4 minutes, and we ran. And we clawed back, whatever it was, 400, 500, 600 meters. We literally ran back. We waited 30 seconds, we had the photo taken, and he said, right, let's run.
3, 2, 1.
And by the time we finished, we had made up the 5 kilometers. I'm okay, I'm relieved that's over. That was one of the tougher ones again. "4:30 in the morning, January the 11th, 2025, run number 50, onwards and upwards." The 9 months of training, the 50 mornings of 3 a.m. alarm clocks. The weeks of being too tired and having my kids ask me, can we go and do this? Can we go and do that? And I had to answer, no, I don't have the energy to take you out.
We're in the last 13 Ks of 50 marathons in 50 days. We're about to start parkrun.
11 kilometers to go. Got 3 kilometers to go. I actually finished the 50th marathon. It was about 800 meters outside of Seacliff. We did the handshakes, we did a lot of hugging, and there was an emotional moment. And that will be it. Tomorrow morning, I will not have a 3 a.m. alarm. And it was fun. It was exactly what I wanted to be. Well, good morning, everyone. Saturday morning down at Seacliff. And today is run number 50! We've done it! A friend of mine from Ballarat stopped me when I announced that I had the distance. He pulled me aside and he said, Asa, for the next 6 minutes of your life, make sure you remember this. When we came around the last sort of 200 meters and I could visually see what was in front of me, I think I started panicking whilst maintaining a big smile. And I don't know what happened. As I crossed the line, I think just the relief that although I'd done the distance 800 meters before, I hadn't actually finished it.
Distance runner Asa Cowell has achieved the unimaginable, completing 50 marathons in 50 days. The final steps marking an end to Asa Cowell's toughest challenge yet.
We were completely blown away. We thought he's a little bit mad for doing it, but we could see his passion around wanting to support our cause.
I'm not sure what we're on, but we're on $48,500 this morning.
50,000.
Sunday morning, I woke and I wondered what recovery would look like. It was dreadful. Day 51, I woke, feeling like I'd been hit by a bus. The muscle ache, the joints, all uncomfortable. The first 2 or 3 days, I felt like I had the worst hangover. And I think it's just dehydration, finally giving the body a chance to recuperate, and there's nothing for it to recuperate on. No running, at least for 7 days. What did my watch tell me? Goodness, after run 1, my Garmin training readiness was 78. After run 2, my Garmin training readiness dropped to, I think it was 36. And that was the last time I had a double digit. In fact, that was the last time I had anything higher than 1. Did I nearly chuck the towel in? If it hadn't been for support, I'd say yes. Was 50 marathons enough? I'm going to say yes. I think the 7 weeks it took was enough personal sacrifice. There were family sacrifices. There was allowances given to me that through work, and I think the 7 weeks was sufficient to achieve what we needed to achieve. Would I do another long distance challenge? I'm going to say yes. I think the positivity, the people that helped me, the personal growth, and being surrounded by so much positivity would push me towards doing something else. I already have something in mind. I need to convince a couple of people to jump on board with me, and it won't be anytime soon.
Yeah, if you're a woman experiencing homelessness, then you can reach out directly to Catherine House. You don't actually need a referral. You can do that by contacting us on 8232 2282. You'll then speak to one of our intake workers, and she will then talk to you about the different options that are available.
It's just amazing to think that someone's done over 2,000 Ks in the 50 days. It's just an incredible achievement.
We just want to say on behalf of all of the Southern Athletic Club how proud we are, Asa, of this amazing achievement. You've dug deep every single day for 50 days to get this done, and I hope you've felt the wrap of love from everyone in the club, everyone that's been able to come out and support you on your runs and on the big runs, and a day like today to celebrate you and what you've achieved, and also the awareness you've raised for Catherine House. So thank you from all of us, and well done.
When he said he was going to start doing 50 marathons in 50 days, I thought there is no way it's going to happen. Running one marathon is a huge effort, but to back it up day after day, week after week in the weather and elements, and it's phenomenal. I can't believe he's done it.
He's always been determined in life. Everything he does, he always puts heart and soul into it. And this is no different. If at the beginning of this, if I could have put a bet on, I would have bet that he'd finish. And lots of people wouldn't even have put the money on. But well done, son. Proud of you.
I mean, it's an incredible achievement, you know. One marathon is hard enough as it is, but 50 is next level. It's done an incredible job, so well done, mate.
Cannot believe what you've done with this, Asa. This is absolutely phenomenally inspirational. And I've said from the start that your essays are in Ned Brockman, and you bloody well are. Whether you want to accept it or not, you bloody well are. The distance you've done, and you haven't stopped at all. Every single one you started and you finished. I'm so super bloody proud of you, Asa. You're amazing. Good work.
A marathon on its own is really tough and a challenge on its own, but to do 50 is really incredible.
Very proud of my dad. A 42.5 kilometre run is already hard enough. Doing 50 of them in 50 days is incredible. I knew he would get it done from the start. Always had dedication for his running. And yeah, I'm very proud of my dad.